Well, they invested with who they believed was an Atlanta real estate pro, but don't know what happened to their money after.
Wow, and Channel 2 consumer investigator Justin Gray with us on this. So Justin, you talked to some investors who have similar stories here.
And Justin, of course, there are no guarantees a real estate investment is going to pay out profits, but these investors say this is more than just a bad investment.
If it wasn't for the opportunity for everyone to come in and make 100, 150, maybe 200 grand over the next 18 months just by flipping properties.
Bentley recorded parts of Deron Dimmick's real estate pitch on base at Fort Campbell in Kentucky.
I was really impressed by what he was saying. I mean, he was really good.
Like the market was crazy.
As Lee was preparing to leave the Army, the investment opportunity sounded enticing.
So I just took a leap of faith.
He paid a $5,000 coaching fee to get started and invested another $15,000. But you don't have to go to one of Dimmick's in-person presentations.
The problem is that you're complacent and you're okay with where you are in life.
The Atlanta real estate investor also pitches on social media.
Got another one of these real estate scammers. This man right here is being accused of stealing money from real estate investors. He was out here promising people they'll make six figures in a year or a year and a half flipping properties. But they say after they gave him the money, they got nothing back in return. You even have investors who accuse him of ghosting them and never answering their calls again. We're going to get into it, but first, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time, let's jump back into it.
He knows how to talk.
Daphne Bonilla first met Dimmick on an Atlanta movie set. She invested $20,000 with him.
So the agreement was that I would get a minimum of 20% of my investment within 90 days after the commencement of this project.
She said he knows how to talk. That's the first red flag with these scammers. They get to talking and using words like you're going to create generational wealth for your legacy. You know, all the buzzwords. And next thing you know, they convince you to hand over your money to them. Well, she's on the news, so it's safe to say she's speaking out because she didn't get her money back and or he never finished the project. At least that's the excuse, but let's see.
I knew Deron from high school.
Eartha and Zuri Farngallo were living in New York, but turned to Dimmick because they wanted to flip houses here in Atlanta.
So we really leapt at this opportunity for someone who presented themselves as an expert in this area to be able to do that from afar.
You gave him $30,000. What do you have to show for it?
Nothing.
The Farngallos, Ben Lee, and Daphne Bonilla all had similar reasons for wanting to invest, and all are in a similar spot now.
How many of you want to bet it's a lot more than these three scenarios here? He scammed a couple in New York, a military man that was based in Kentucky, and this woman here too.
I was in communication with him and his assistant for the whole time until he stopped responding.
He started sort of ghosting me. He stopped answering. He would make excuses.
We never saw a property. We never got any details.
Yeah, everything is in, but
Deron Dimmick agreed to speak to me by Zoom as he checked in on work and an Atlanta property he's renovating.
you can't have the success that I have. You can't accomplish the things that I've accomplished by stealing from people.
Dimmick says skyrocketing interest rates and inflation changed the business overnight as these investors were looking for a quick return.
Materials went up, things went up. It just happened. I almost lost everything.
And he showed me his contract that states right at the top, client understands that the real estate market may change unexpectedly, rendering some or all the information provided by the consultant null and void.
People, please stop going to these meetings and getting wooed by these folks on social media, handing over thousands of dollars to them. Learn the business yourself so you don't get played by anybody. This man is saying he didn't steal money from the investors and the market just took a turn, wiping out all the money. Then he's got a clause in the contract saying, hey, the market might turn and everything he told you could be wrong, so don't try to hold him accountable. I'm telling you, this is a nasty game. But just because you wrote that in the contract doesn't mean you're protected from misappropriation or stealing. But yeah, check how he tried to cover himself.
People who invest and want the quick return, they don't understand that process.
Exactly. They didn't understand anything and you knew it, making them the perfect people to get over on.
The Frangalos don't buy that argument. Their attorney says $10,000 of what they're fighting for was a wire transfer. For their initial investment, Dimick wanted faster, so they sent a second time through Venmo.
You send it to me that way, it's going to take too long. Send it to me the faster digital method, and I'll return the wire transfer to you, and it just never happened.
Do you owe them $10,000? Does somebody owe them $10,000?
GWP owes them $10,000.
Nah, you lost me. I smell BS. If they gave you $10,000 to invest and you say, well, the investment went bad, the market turned, the money is gone, but you took $10,000 from them twice. The first time they sent it through one method, but you wanted it faster and told them to send it again using a quicker method. You couldn't help yourself. You show your true colors by refusing to refund the first transaction. And then he's admitting he took the money, but he's trying to say he doesn't owe them? His business owes them? Like, stop playing with these people and give them their money back. Talking like you're some mogul and so successful. Why you rush them for the money like that in the first place? You're doing so well, right? Why you couldn't wait for the first transaction to go through? Yeah, it sounds like he was hustling these people. Nah, give them their money back and stop being trifling.
Yes.
Dimick claims it's the LLC, GWP Consulting, that owes the money, not him. His company is GWP Holdings. Both companies are listed as dissolved on the Secretary of State Registry. Dimick says Daphne Bonilla's money is still invested in a project that is not completed.
The only remedy is just give me a little bit more time. I can get it worked out.
Get it worked out? How about you work the money back into their bank account that you stole? Work that out.
As for Ben Lee,
I'll tell you straight up, Ben Lee is an honest guy.
But you stole from him? Why would you do that? And what does that say about you?
Ben Lee is going to be made whole.
Lee says he's heard that before.
They gave me all of these dates saying that I would get a payment to do payment arrangements, but every time the date would come, nobody would answer.
We certainly don't have a property. I think that's the most hurtful part of this, right? This is $30,000 that we could have invested in the market. We could have invested in an actual property.
Now, Dimick claims the Frangalos backed out of 3 projects and lost earnest money because of it. But in a default judgment, a Cobb court ordered GWP Consulting to pay the Frangalos $30,000 plus attorney fees. They haven't seen a dime of that money, and they are suing Dimick directly as well. That case is still open, as are separate lawsuits by both of the other people we talked to today.
So wow, the couple already sued him, and the judge ordered him to pay them $30,000. Well, his business, but now they're also going after him personally.
So Justin, is there something people looking to invest can do to keep out of something like this?
Stop sending your hard-earned money to these fake internet real estate gurus.
It's one of those things that's not rocket science, right? You got to do your research. All 3 investors we talked to said the same thing. They wish they had done more on the front end, but the thing was, they went with somebody they trusted.
And that's the person that's going to get you every time. Thinking you can trust these people because you know them or because they're black and you're black, so you don't think they'll get over on you. But let me tell you, those are the first ones to get you. No different from the iFlip scamming couple accused of stealing from their own cousin. If you missed that story, I have parts 1 and 2 below for you to check it out. It's the same play though. Or like Jay Morrison, getting millions and millions of dollars off y'all and running off like nothing happened. Listen, be careful, folks. Stop falling for these people scamming you out of thousands and thousands of dollars, promising generational wealth and legacy. How many more examples do you need? Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Let me know what you think about this below. Special thank you to Emmanuel. I appreciate you, Emmanuel, for all of your support. He said, I'm thankful that you have the courage to use your platform to tell the truth in a world where most will go along with lies just to fit in. May God continue to bless you and yours. So yeah, thank you so much for your contribution. And I'm always going to say it like it is. Doesn't matter who it's about or if the mob is in disagreement. It is what it is. So yeah, again, special thank you to Emmanuel. And also shout out to Dark Power and Donald. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.